start off my day with this Pink Stork Morning Sickness Ginger Orange Tea. It's really, really good. I go ahead and prep it so that I can have it for an afternoon snack. I like my tea to be iced instead of hot, so I go ahead and prep it so I can put it in the fridge. I also like to add a little bit of cold water before I add the hot water because it allows it to cool down a lot faster. Once I do that, I add a little bit of raw honey to it. I like to add it now instead of after it's cold, just so it can dissolve into the water. And then I leave it to steep for 10 minutes. The next thing I do is I prep my breakfast. I was going to have just one egg today, but then I added too much cheese into my egg and had to do a second. But it ended up being the perfect amount for me. To my eggs, I add salt, pepper. I like my pepper from the grinder on the second setting. It's a little bit thick, but not too thick of a kernel of pepper. I don't know if it's called a kernel, but you know what I mean. So I just add some of that in. And then I was kind of scattered this morning and forgot to grab the paprika, so I ran and grabbed that real quick to add to it. Looking like a crazy mess this morning. Still in my PJs. I eyeball all of my spices because I'm a little bit lazy. With eggs, I'm not a big fan of them, so I have to add plenty of seasoning and just kind of eyeball everything until it looks like I'm gonna like it. I do like a decent amount of salt in them to hide a little bit of the egg flavor because I'm kind of weird. Give us a good whisk and added the cheese in. I just did some cheddar cheese, which is what I had in my fridge. I don't always like to do cheese, but went ahead and did it for today, and it actually turned out really, really good. Gave it a good whisk. I like to whisk it where it's mostly mixed up, but there's still a little bit of egg white peeking through there. And here's where I added my second egg because I realized I kind of messed up with the cheese this morning. But like I said, I'm really glad I did 2 eggs because it ended up being perfect for me. The next part is not the most appetizing, but I went ahead and got some butter in a skillet and poured my egg guts into a pan. I think it looks so gross, especially the paprika. It makes it look a little bloody. But went ahead and made this, and then while I was cooking I decided I was going to go ahead and get the rest of my food ready, so in a second I do that. But I also went ahead and put that tea in the fridge after it finished steeping in the 10 minutes. I do like my eggs to be a lot drier than a lot of people do. I don't like them to be wet in any kind of way, or else I definitely can't eat them or keep them down. For the other part of my breakfast, I wanted to give myself a little treat, so I did a rice cake with some Nutella, which is really hard to spread with one hand, so I set y'all down so I could do it. This reminds me of the Dorino chocolate bars that we have in Croatia. It's like a crunchy rice, or like kind of like a rice cake kind of rice. I guess puffed is the word for it. Covered in chocolate, and this tasted a lot like it, so it was really, really, really good. And it ended up being perfect with the eggs to keep me full for most of the day. As you can see, I do eat my eggs very, very, very dry. But honestly, these were really good. And like I said, I don't like eggs, but they turned out really good. I did add more salt on top just because that's my preference. And your arteries are probably clogging just looking at it. And your cholesterol is probably spiking through the roof. And of course, I had to do a little taste on camera to prove that I actually ate eggs. Not too shabby. Next thing I do is I go ahead and make some coffee. I don't do this every single day, but I do it probably once every other day or so. I do the Dalgonia Coffee. It's my favorite way to make it and super duper simple. So basically I do 2 tablespoons of sugar, and honestly my camera skills are horrible. 2 tablespoons of sugar, a tablespoon of espresso powder, and a tablespoon of water. I like the extra sugar so it's not too strong. And I blend it up with an immersion blender and add ice into it. And I like to add a decent amount of ice to it, but not too much because I don't want it to get watered down. And the next thing I do is I go ahead and grab some of this vanilla caramel cream skinny syrup from Jordan's Skinny Syrups, and I just add 1 pump in. Without adding sweetener, it adds some flavoring. It's really good, but it does make it a little bit sweeter from the artificial sweetener, I guess. And I also add in some almond milk as well. Jared and I avoid dairy, so went ahead and left that out. Again, my camera skills are probably the worst you're going to see all week. Then I take a metal straw and I go ahead and give it a good mix. Also really difficult when you're doing it with one hand. Then I like to just drink my drink and surf the internet, go on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. I've really been into Rach Loves Life videos, or Rach Says. They're super fun to watch, but I'll just do that while I have a little bit of a rest before I start my day. At 10:22, I made my next snack, which was some popcorn. This is Skinny Pop, and I made a huge mess, but don't worry, Finn ate it. And I also got some of these Mount Olive pickles, which are my favorite at the moment, and that was my snack. I then realized it wasn't enough for me. I was still hungry, so I made some green beans, just a little bit of butter in the pan. I have crushed red pepper flakes, some lemon pepper seasoning, salt and pepper in there as well. And I just sauteed them for quite a while, probably about 15 minutes, until they were the way I like them, which is pretty soft. I don't like them super crunchy. And I just plated them up and ate them. Don't worry, it's not actually burnt, it just got really dark with the spices, but it was super duper good and got me through until lunch. So now for lunch, I decided to go ahead and have some tuna and crackers just so I can get a good amount of omega vitamins in me, I guess. I had Dijon mustard to mine, and then I also added mayo, which of course I had to do off camera, some chili flakes because I like a little bit of a kick. I also added some garlic powder to it as well, and sometimes I'll add lemon pepper to it if I don't have any lemons. I didn't have any lemons, but I decided to forego the lemon pepper. Give this a really good mix, of course, off camera because it's ridiculously difficult to do it on. And then I went ahead and chopped up some of those kosher pickles that I had for my snack earlier and added those. And I also did the same with apples. I also decided that they needed some sunflower kernels, so I decided to go ahead and go grab those here. I wasn't as prepared as I wish I was, but sunflower kernels are really, really good. They add a nice crunch and saltiness to the tuna. I like lots of texture, and since I don't eat tuna a lot during the week because you have to be a little bit careful with it during pregnancy, I like to load it up whenever I do get it. But I just add a few of those sunflower kernels just to give me some texture, and I give it a nice mix. I don't mix it too much because I don't want it to become mushy or anything, but I like the crunch from the pickles and the apples and those kernels. It's so good. And then I just have it with saltines. So I wanted to interrupt the video because I just got a package from my mom from Amazon. She ordered a couple baby boy things, and I want to show you what she got. So the first thing is, we're obsessed with foxes. That's going to be a big part of the nursery. Oh, sorry guys. Also, my camera skills are the worst. I've mentioned that like 5 times in this video. Oh, cute. She got baby boy onesies. There's this fox right here. Super cute. Mises, I guess is the right word. And foxes and woodland animals. There's a little owl. And the last one is just arrow. Oh, there's 2 more. Arrows, and then I think this one is just... Oh, it has a little moose on it. How cute! I do want to see real quick because maybe I'll also put it backwards. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something. And that's right. That's weird that this one is the only one that's on backwards. How weird is that? And then she also got, as you can see, it's a little fox house coat. I'm just gonna... sorry guys. I gotta rip this open real quick. It's the cutest little ascot for a baby. This is humongous, and I can't imagine our baby wearing it until they are about 3 or 4 months old, but how cute! I'm obsessed. I'm so happy. I can't believe we're having a baby. Okay, yeah, just wanted to interrupt my food video for this. Sorry, guys. I then had an ice cream cone for my pre-dinner snack. And then we ended up going shopping when Jared got home for groceries, and we ended up stopping at Wendy's. I like to eat something before I shop, or else I'm going to spend more money than I need to and buy all of the junk food. So I got a baked potato. I got it loaded because that just sounded really good. It wasn't much of a dinner, it was more of a snack really. It didn't do anything for me, but it was pretty good. When I got home, I made some homemade spinach dip. I like mine nice and crispy on top, and had it with some tortilla chips for a late night snack. It was so good. Not as good as the Epicure mix I've used before, so we're going to order some of that, but it was very good, and definitely am going to be having it all day tomorrow.